Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Vishnupada Paramahamsa Prabhupada Ashtotara Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhayacharanavinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtotara Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki ISKCON BBT Founder Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की आनंद कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की all glorious to assembled devotees, all glorious to assembled devotees, all glorious to assembled devotees, all glorious to the lotus feet of Sri Sri Guru and Gaur. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayet Nashtaprayashu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Hare Krishna. Reading from Shrimadbhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, Prayers by Queen Kunti, Text 20. Tata Paramahamsanam Muninam Amalatmanam Bhakti Yoga Vidhanartam Katam Pashyemahi Striya Tata Paramahamsanam Muninam Amalatmanam Bhakti Yoga Vidhanatam Katam Pashyemahi Striya. Please repeat. Tata Paramahamsanam Muninam Amalatmanam Bhakti Yoga Vidhanatam Katam Pashyemahi Striya. Word by word. Tata. Besides that. Paramahamsana. Of the advanced transcendentalists. Muninam. Of the great philosophers. Or mental speculators. Amalatmanam. Those whose minds are competent to discern between spirit and matter. Bhakti Yoga. The science of devotional service. Vidhanartham. For executing. Katam. How. Pashyema. Can observe. He. Certainly. Striya. Woman. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. You yourself descend to propagate the transcendental science of devotional service onto the hearts of advanced transcendentalists and mental speculators, who are purified by being able to discriminate between matter and spirit. How then can we, women, know you perfectly? Please repeat. You yourself descend to propagate the transcendental science of devotional service onto the hearts of the advanced transcendentalists and mental speculators who are purified by being able to discriminate between matter and spirit.
Matter and spirit.
How then
How then
can we, women, know you perfectly?
Know you perfectly.
Perfect. Even the greatest philosophical speculators cannot have access to the region of the Lord. It is said in the Upanishads that the supreme truth, the absolute personality of Godhead, is beyond the range of thinking power of the greatest philosopher. He is unknowable by great learning or by the greatest brain. He is knowable only by one who has his mercy. Otherwise, others may go on thinking about him for years together. Yet he is unknowable. This very fact is corroborated by the queen, who is playing the part of an innocent woman. Women in general are unable to speculate like philosophers, but they are blessed by the Lord because they believe at once in the superiority and almightiness of the Lord, and thus they offer obeisances without reservation. The Lord is so kind that He does not show favor only to one who is great philosopher. He knows the sincerity of purpose. For this reason only, women generally assemble in great number in any sorts of religious function. In every country and in every sect of religion, it appears that the women are more interested than the men. This simplicity of acceptance of the Lord's authority is more effective than showy, insincere religious fervor. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeyam Shri Gurum Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamshta Shri Rupam Sagradatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sadivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Visakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, in the 8th chapter, we have started the prayers of Queen Kunti, and in the last class we have seen, like Queen Kunti says, being beyond the range of limited sense perception, you are the eternally irreproachable factor, covered by curtain of deluding energy. You are invisible to the foolish observer, exactly as an actor dressed as a player is not recognized. And here she says, like, she is very, very humble in her prayer, in this prayer. Because she was about to, when Krishna approached Kunti Maharani to offer his obeisances by touching her feet, then she speaks this prayer, utters this prayer like, you are for the Paramhamsas, like what can we women like me know you? Like, so Paramahamsa here refers to as, Parama means best or ultimate, Hamsa means swan. So we know there are several types of swans. So out of which the best swan is white swan. So what this white swan does is like, when it is kept in when it is offered a milk with water mixed, it only grabs the milk and it leaves out the water, such that it is compared to as Paramahamsas, they are compared to as to the swans, because they, even though they are in this material world, filled with all the material contaminations and all. They only acquire whatever spiritual knowledge and spiritual association they want to acquire, and their bhakti devotional service. They do not bother about any material affairs or material issues in this world. So that's why we even compare our acharyas when we recite our obeisances like Paramahamsa Parivrajaka. So they are very much like humble, and can distinguish what is matter, what is spirit. They can know, they can differentiate. So ideally, like we in ignorance, we may not think at all times like how this influencing the other one, how matter is influencing spirit. But they at all perfect times, like in every circumstance, they know what is matter, what is good for my bhakti, what is not. So they know all these things. So that's why Kunti Maharani says, you are meant for Paramahamsas, Munis and Amalatmanam. Munina means thoughtful, like one who is very scholarly and scholarly people are very, very, very great people. And Amalatmanam means those whose minds are competent to discern spirit and matter, and also very pure. Mala means dirt, and Amala means opposite of dirt is pure. So their hearts are pure heart. They are pure-hearted, pure souls. So they can distinguish what is good and what is not, what is matter, what is spirit. So here Queen Kunti asks Krishna, so as we all know in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says like he created Varna system, Chaturvarna Maya system. So he created Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, this Varna system. So out of which Brahmanas and Kshatriyas are qualified persons and intelligent persons. Below that comes Vaishyas and Shudras who mainly engage their activities in business or hard-working laborers. So all are important, but they are considered to be a bit less intelligent than Brahmanas and Kshatriyas during that time. And when it comes to women, one may think why they were. She mentioned women here. Why? Previously, it was a conception like women is also less intelligent, because even though women born in a Brahmana or a Kshatriya family, generally women do not have a thread ceremony, the Brahmanical ceremony. So even though they born in a Brahmana or Kshatriya in that time, so they were have to be protected by the men in that family, but still they were considered to be less intelligent. So that's the reason Kunti Maharani has offered prayer like how women can know you perfectly. So Prabhupada says in his Bhagavad Gita lecture like Krishna surpasses all these qualifications. He needs no qualification by Varna or less intelligent or more intelligent. Anyone who takes up this Krishna consciousness process, devotional process, even a Vaishya, Shudra, woman, irrespective of their Varna, whoever takes this into the process, he surpasses all, and he gives them the realization and show them the path to him back to Godhead. So that was her Queen Kunti's prayer. So Krishna even says like this Chaturvarnam Maya system, Guna Karma Vibhagasa. It's not based on the birth, but it's based on the qualities and work that determine our Varna. So whatever work and whatever qualities you possess, that decides to which Varna you belong, to which sect you belongs to, either Brahmana or Kshatriya. Even though a Brahmana, like a person born in Brahmana, like if we have seen example of Ashwadhama, even though he's a Brahmana, he was the son of a great Acharya, Dronacharya, still he he committed heinous act and he acted as a very low grade person. So this indicates that one's varna is not decided by his birth, but by his work and qualities that determine his varna. And even we can even see the analogy in our day-to-day life, like we may see a doctor or a lawyer or a judge in high court or something. If he has a son, he does not automatically qualify to be a judge or next lawyer. He has to undergo all the education respective to that profession, and he has to undergo training, he has to get the experience. Then Jai Shri Radha Kunti, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra Maiki, Jai Shri Gauri Sai Ki, Jai Shri Nanki Sai. So this Brahmana and Kshatriya, Brahmana also, one has to take the austerities, penances, one has to take into devotional process, one has to understand what's the actual purpose of the life, and how would one person be elevated to that position, and what is the actual purpose behind that. And one has to purify himself. Being situated in this material world, we are very much contaminated, we are influenced by these material modes. So our hearts are very impure. So first we have to purify ourselves, and then we have to seriously engage in the devotional service. That itself will cleanse our heart. Like we seen, like how the holy name is very powerful. It cleanses all our dust accumulated over years and years. So then later comes on, like how we'll realize what's the actual purpose, why are we here, and how to elevate ourselves beyond this material nature, and how to build our lost relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and how to get back to Him. So that's the Brahmana status or Vaishnava status that is not being given by birth, but his work, qualities, attitude, association matters in attaining that position. So yeah, this bhakti, devotional service, bhakti yoga, the science of devotional service is compared to as topmost thing in this yuga. And even in Bhagavad Gita also there is Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and Jnana Yoga. Out of three, Bhakti Yoga is the topmost and is the easiest one. Because in this age of Kali Yuga, the recommended practice is like chanting of holy name. In other yugas, when compared to Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga or Dwapar Yuga, in Satya Yuga the lifetime of people over in that yuga is very long, like several lakhs and millions of years. So they have ample of time. So they do, that yuga is meant for austerities or penances. So they go on for austerities and penances, like we have seen the example of many sages. And Hiranyakashipu, he has done several thousand of celestial years, goes on for meditating and penances. And when it comes to Treta Yuga, it is the yuga that is meant for yajna, sacrifices, Ashwamedha yajna, and we have seen Putra Kameshti yajna and many examples in Treta Yuga. And when it comes to Dwapar Yuga, during the time of Lord Krishna, the deity worship, Vigraha Aradhana, is meant for in that yuga. And slowly, when yugas are passing on, the lifetime of people who are living in that age will be getting reduced. Some millions of years to thousands to hundreds. Now currently we can see like what's the average lifetime is almost like 90, 100 approx. It's still decreasing as the age is progressing due to pollution and various other factors like lifestyle changes. So during this short period of time, one cannot go on for austerities. It's not possible to attain the perfection in that austerity. So that's the reason why they have recommended the chanting of holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So it's the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says this is simplest and easiest process in this yuga, and everyone who takes this name is gradually transcended above the material modes of nature like Sattva Guna, Rajaguna, like mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. So this is bhakti is above all. Even those who are considered to be less intelligent, as I've said, like previously, Vaishyas, Sudras, or women, who even they take up this process seriously and engage themselves in the service of the Lord. He can make us understand what's our path and how to attain Him perfectly. And we cannot know Him perfectly, we cannot know Him completely, but like He, by His causeless mercy, He reveals Himself to His devotees. Yeah. And as I've said, devotion surpasses all social limitations. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 9.32, like the caste system, that I have created caste system, but Bhakti Yoga is meant not only for particular sectarian or particular religion. Everyone, it's for everyone. Even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pass on this holy name across the India and across and he even predicted like in future coming ages, like in future years, one of my associate Chanapati Bhakta, he spreads this holy name not only in this country but to the Western country, as we have witnessed Srila Prabhupada. He predicted 500 years before only. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu predicted it, and it's been true in the form of Srila Prabhupada. We know like how Srila Prabhupada has dedicated his life in spreading the holy name, coming to Western country, facing a lot of difficulties during his travel in Jaladuta, facing 2 heart strokes, and still he's determined to fulfill his Guru Maharaj's instruction to spread the holy name in the West. And even in India during that time, like when Britishers ruled India, there was not much seriousness in this Krishna consciousness process. So he thought during that time what's the fashion is like whatever comes from Western culture, people used to follow that and people used to welcome it. So Prabhupada thought it would be very much ideal if I first go to Western country and spread the holy name, and through Western country if I could bring back the culture over here, then it would be more serious in India as well. So even that was his secondary part, but primary part is like as his Guru Maharaj Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada instructed him to, as you are educated man, you have to go and spread this word in various other countries as well. So he traveled 14 times across the globe, spread the holy name, built 108 temples across the globe, and still now it's like count is 600 and is going beyond day by day. And he introduced various various activities like prasadam distribution, book distribution. There are many book marathons been running in order to increase the competitiveness among the centers or temples, such that more and more souls could be surrendered down to Supreme Personality of Godhead, so that they would be realized and they would be going back to God. Even in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with showing no discrimination between other sects or Hindus, he gave Haridas Thakur, he being from a Muhammadian family, still his dedication towards the holy name made him attain the title Namachari. So how much his sincerity and devotion towards the holy name has given that position. So it's not by birth, but it's by your work and activities that made you attain that position of highest position. So even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says like the real intelligent person is one who worships Krishna, who knows him to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So as we have seen, like who is Paramahamsa, like he's like ultimate or best swan who can distinguish, as a swan distinguish milk from water, he can also distinguish the aspects of spirit, like spiritual world and material world. Whatever he requires for his devotion, he acquires it, and he does not even care what other people are doing or what's going on in society. Whatever is meant for him in the process of his bhakti, if anything that he needs to improve in his bhakti, that he accumulates, but other than that, he never cares about anything. He just maintains his body just to do service and render some service onto Supreme Personality of Godhead and try to improve in his level of sincerity towards bhakti. And they also see Krishna as the center of all existence, like Vasudeva Sarvamiti. And they are Amalatma, like pure-hearted, free from lust, kama and greed, lobha. So one may think like, so how do we know like whether we are free from this lust or greed? So when when we start this process, like when we start chanting the holy name of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, initially Maya tests us. Maya, who is the agent of Krishna, tests us whether this soul is serious in this process or is he taking casually. Prabhupada even says like Krishna consciousness is not for the persons who are taking it casually. It's for the souls who are taking it seriously and who are very sincere in their devotional service. Like we may see some movements or some groups, like people just go there and spend some time and come back. They don't take it that serious in that moment. So Prabhupada says like Krishna consciousness movement is not like that. It's for the sincere souls and who are very much devoted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So initially we may face many difficulties, like we may undergo some material problems in our material life. Like we may think some of our friends or some of our family people, they say, see, as you have started something new, that's why the reason you are getting these troubles and obstacles is you have started this process, something new, which is not you have done in a usual time. So that's why you are getting these problems. So this is not meant for you. So they discourage you. That they are acting under Maya, under the influence of Maya. So Maya tests us. So whether he is influenced by other people, whether he is taking this process seriously or not. So if you are serious in our sadhana, like chanting our rounds and also improving our quality of rounds and making sure you are engaging in the service of Supreme Lord whenever and wherever possible, in whatever means you can, like if whatever free time if you are having, anytime you can come, and if you can render some service, then that time Maya will not touch you during the service time or your sadhana time if you are very serious and if you are seriously meditating on the Supreme Lord. So go on, like if you are consistent in chanting, consistent in sadhana, consistent in your slowly your diet will also be changed. You will go on practicing healthy diet measures. Like you will be getting to know what are the benefits of following it, what are the disadvantages while we are following the other process like meat eating and intoxication, illicit sex and gambling. and what are the consequences we are gonna face in our next life while we are committing those activities in this life. So we'll slowly get to understand. We may not understand in one night or single fraction of second, but still if we go on practicing it for years, slowly one time you will get to realize, oh, this activity which I have committed since long time, this is not good for me in a long run, and even it affects my karma, and so I have to slowly reduce it. We may not reduce it at a moment, but still we can decrease our engagement in that activity by gradually. Like if you are engaging in some activity which is not good for you, slowly you can decrease the frequency, and by the time you lost taste in it, it completely has no effect on you. It does not influence you at anymore. So this chanting at first seems to be we don't have any taste to it, but still if you go on chanting, first level of chanting is like offensive chanting. We have to still, if we go on chanting, and one day we may chant offenselessly with our pure heart, and during that moment, like, you aspire for nothing in this material world. Everything you want is Krishna at every moment of your life, and during that stage, like, it's a topmost stage in the bhakti. So, see, we know this material world is full of miseries, troubles, problems. So, like a ship in the ocean is always rocked by the waves, material life is never peaceful. Padam yat vipadam, obstacles comes on. One problem, if you find solution for it, it gives rise to other problem. Then if you go on solving that, and if you find solution one day, after a few days the other problem may arise. So our bhakti is compared to as an anchor that keeps us steady, our ship steady, and in order to cross this material ocean, we need help of acharyas and as well as mercy of Supreme Lord. So in this prayer we have seen how Kunti Maharani is very humble. This is the quality of a Vaishnava. We may see many people around us who are very humble in nature, very down to earth, very helpful. Whatever position may they acquire, like they are in top position or they are in high ranking position, if they are engaged in bhakti, they don't care about any position, they don't care about any status. They simply act as a person's normal people, and we don't even think they are higher position. But see, our acharyas, they are very scholarly. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, and Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur is a magistrate. He's in a higher ranking position during the British government. Still, he's very serious in bhakti. He even said to his son Vimal Prasad to take his initiation from Guru. Until and unless he takes his initiation, he should not return to his home. So that was the condition being put by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So, and also he's very humble. Whoever comes to him, he responds to him, he helps him. And even every Vaishnava, even I have seen many Vaishnavas, they are very humble, very kind-hearted. They are very down-to-earth persons. We couldn't even expect their position to be that high, but still they are serving like normal people. So that's humility is the gateway to bhakti. So We have also seen Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, anyone with regardless of background can attain perfection through the process of devotion, which is Bhakti Yoga, which is the easiest process in all the process recommended, like when compared to Ashtanga Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. So Bhakti Yoga is the simplest. Prabhupada says like Bhakti is simple for simple-minded, and complicated for complicated-minded. So if you complicate it, it will be complicated. If you feel it simple and if you render service slowly, Supreme Lord will be guiding you as Chaitya Guru in the Paramatma, and Paramatma is always guiding us through his inner voice. So initially we may face struggles or obstacles in our bhakti, but still if you go on with steady determination, your sadhana and your level of quality in the sadhana, so slowly all the obstacles will be removed, and Krishna makes sure like you don't. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita like, my devotees will never perish, like Kaunteya, like he asks Arjuna to promise, because Krishna never breaks his devotees' promise. He may break his promise, but he never breaks his devotees' promise, as we have seen in Bhagavad Gita. While Bhishma Pitamaha has promised that Krishna would lift the weapon, but Krishna has promised that he would not lift his weapon. But Bhishma Dev, being a greatest devotee of the Lord, as he wished for that, so in order to fulfill Bhishma Dev's promise, he lifted the weapon. So that's the reason why he asked Arjuna to say like, my devotees never perish in this world. I will take care of them. And even he instructs the last instruction of his like Sarvadharman Parityaja, like leave all and just surrender unto me. I will protect you. I will protect you from all the reactions of your work, and I will take care of you. Yeah, we may face challenges, but steadiness in bhakti keeps us safe from Maya and keeps away from the influence of Maya. So I want to conclude today's lecture by saying, Kunti Devi knew Krishna as Supreme Lord, but still prayed with humility. Her prayer reminds us we should not be proud of our birth, wealth, or status or position with that we have, and we should not think like, I know Krishna, instead of approaching through Guru Parampara, I will approach him directly. What is the use of gurus? But Krishna even says in Bhagavad Gita like, one should approach to me through Guru only. Then only you will be attaining perfection in the path of devotion. And also one should not go to Guru in a challenging mode. He should inquire him in a submissive mode. He should render his service unto him, and he should know. Then we should pray to Krishna to give us Guru, and Guru will show us path to Krishna. And also we have seen like bhakti is for everyone. It's not meant for a particular sect or religion or caste or creed. So anyone who takes shelter of Krishna is so fortunate and so relishable. And I would like to conclude with this. Hare Krishna. Any questions or comments?
You broke down some things that I needed answers to, like the different levels, the relationship with the devotee and Krishna. There's a lot of things that people like that come in that are new, and you really don't know and ask them. Appreciate it.
Any questions, Prabhu? Any thoughts?
Thank you. Thank you for class, Babaji.
I think it's very interesting, I know it's broken into women and men for in that sense, but at the same time, like whether you're man or as a spirit soul, if we understand the humility, most humility comes from Shrimadbhagavatam, as we've seen yesterday. She's so humble in her, actions and her activities and her dealings and her relationships and stuff. And even though she's topmost devotee of Krishna, even if someone else can serve Krishna better, that's so quickly step aside, right? It's all for the pleasure of the other individual. So developing that to not be selfish, right, in actions. So these are wonderful examples, and we see that in the Srila Prabhupada, completely unselfish, right?
Yeah. Selfless.
Ounce of selfishness, to cross the ocean.
At that age.
And at that age.
Yeah. At that age.
I'm 61 and I'm tired. I can't imagine coming over here at 69.
So, to develop these things, it requires association.
Mm-hmm.
So, being in association with devotees helps us both ways.
Oh, yeah.
To identify ourselves, too, what faults we might have and stuff, and also how to behave and improve in our activities. So, these prayers are so powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, technically, as per scriptures, only Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the Purusha. We are all feminine.
Yes,
So it's not meant like, if it is meant to be like that, no one would take that process. And we have seen yesterday several pastimes of Srimati Radharani, how she is young, and towards devotees. Even though devotee renders little service towards Krishna, like she recommends Krishna and doesn't deny them. So her mercy is the utmost, like, yeah. Hare Krishna. Granth Raj Shrimadbhagavatam ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.